This is Christopher P. Gazeent reporting from 1968.
Yeah,
this way.
Yeah, sure, because you're on the side.
Okay. I'm going to read two poems that I read at Noble Coffee Roasters last week, so if you were there, you've heard them. If you weren't there, you probably have not. This is in 5 parts. The Waiting Room. 1. Libretto. There is an arch made of books with the store's keystone, and I stand beneath, attempting verbal osmosis, but my pores are stubborn, and the words all clink off of the moss armor that has alchemically grown in the tree of curiosity. It is bitterly ironic that these are the very books that put bread on my table, even though I can no longer read them. The opera of my life has had a remarkably high production value, theater tycoons pouring in billions for costumes and performers to evoke the milieu of a post-electronic age, arias carefully written to be performed with their virtuoso cadenzas by tenors and mezzo-sopranos. 2. Testimony. Water drains down the sink, carrying blood and hair. Every day the blood gets staler, the hair gets grayer, and the full moon gleams over a dying landscape. God is guilty of obstruction of justice. The fallen angel Lucifer has testified under oath that it's his word versus God's, but nobody believes the grand authority. What passions have diluted in his kingdom, how vicious the sneer that blooms from every dark flower. My only recourse is the occult, abandoning all that can be measured by barometers and sextants. In the cellar of my being, the silence is peaceful. 3. The waiting room. I flip through magazines in the waiting room as I await the doctor who will diagnose my illness. Clearly my life has been afflicted by a pathogen, one that has reduced my name to rubble and devoured my memories in the brains of my peers. It is uncertain if the door will permit re-entry, or if the office is in fact a portal to the afterlife. If this is it, if the path out of my bed is one way, then the crystal ball I hold in my heart must shatter into 6,000 pieces as the shards of my soul fly into the universe, releasing at last the affliction, the parasite that ails my aching mind. Here I sit, shaking, trembling, waiting. 4. Checkmate. There is a hill in the distance, bathed in white rings of fog and mist, crest shining like an auric halo. I approach eagerly with my mantis limbs, but when I arrive, the footing is fatally unsteady. I close my eyes and try to relegate the peak to the vault of my mind where the refuse of desire can be locked up and mercifully forgotten. My queen is pinned against her king on the chessboard that defies monochrome tradition and overflows with a gallimaufry of colors. The game is nearing its end. The king who wears the crown of a strange and absurd kingdom has nowhere left to go without threat of capture. I reach my hand out to shake that of my opponent, but it is greeted only by an unsettling silence, for the limbs of the divine have no physical form. And 5. A denouement of the soul. The plot is full of red herrings and MacGuffins. Characters make their introductions, develop through wild romances and adventures, and meet their inevitable demises as the story cycles through the generations. Hope possesses 2 opposite poles. It defies all weapons that would shoot it down, then wilts and collapses as those who carry it need it most, lest their engines run out of gasoline and their automobiles come to a halt with no provisions left in the knapsack. Though the author of this tale is yet young compared to the celestial bodies that predate his pen, he is hardly pretentious to write of such weighty matters, because even in their infancy, those who create stories from yarn and needlecraft are acutely aware of the pain infused in the nimbi. This is the climax. Here is the point at which conflict is resolved as the ending comes into view. I think the conclusion will be satisfying. Thank you, and here's a much shorter one. This is my most recent poem, Premortal Grief. My associates are lasses and harridans wearing corpse paint, and skulls grinning from their naked cadavers. We have all been thieves and liars from birth, spectators of urban theater featuring disappearing men, whose temporal entanglement causes them to slip in and out of my brain. I mourn the daylight bleaching the ink that the calm, tranquil night has absorbed into its quill and used for calligraphy upon ukiyo-e blocks, populating the woods whose erstwhile habitat has been destroyed. We inhabit factories with labor performed by robots and slaves, where the air is filled with petrichor, spawning miniature reminiscences of flowers blooming yellow and cyan through the bitter spring winds. It is not too early to lament the life that sifts so swiftly through the hourglass. Deathly chemicals course through my brain as I try to nod off to the soft wind that flutters through crickets' wings. The certainty of mourning is my only recourse. Thank you.